This moment is the best moment of my entire life so far. Even when there is the illusion of unpleasantness around him, he will say this. Even when he doesn't believe it, he will say it several times until he can believe it a little more. Truly, in this moment, in the small details of this moment, there is so much to delight in.
Sometimes we get sucked into the idea that we don't have a choice. Like, I want to do this, but I don't have a choice because blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it feels like we don't have a choice, even though we always have a choice. How can I remind myself or feel more connected to the reality where I always have a choice?
Your first choice is whether you would like to continue to invest in this 3D illusion, or if you are ready to invest more in the 5D reality, non-physical reality. This is the first choice. What do you choose?
Yeah.
If you choose 3D reality, if you choose to remain oblivious to the illusion that you are undertaking as you experience this 3D reality, then you are subject to its rules. Rules are another word for limits. And we say this is okay. In large part, this is why you have chosen to incarnate, so that you could choose limits and rules. This is how you experience. This is how you measure. This is how it should be. However, you do have the power to remember that which you are, and you do have the power to play a different game. And it is in the playing of that game that you are able to shift the 3D world and the rules under which you have agreed to. Some people refer to this as layered realities, shifting from one to another. You might say swapping one game for another. The rules, the limits, the beliefs that you have chosen, it is a game. And when you choose to step outside of that and work within the 5D, you in essence begin playing with a new set of rules, a new set of beliefs. Does this make sense?
Yes.
These are your first choices. And then we would like for you to know, when you are operating from a 5D perspective, you realize that any state of being can be yours now. Any state of being. A state of being, a state of anything, anything in your physical world, including, we include emotions in this physical world of yours as they are experienced. They are cataloged. They are referenced through the physical. These emotions can also be considered physical. You can, from a non-physical perspective, tap into any state of being, one of value, one of worth. We think the tripping point for many humans is when you are operating within 3D, you are subject to time. You are subject through all of those limits. You are subject to limiting beliefs. When you can find the space of empty mind, full heart, this is but one mantra, you can find your own. The idea is that you are, this will sound like an oxymoron, you are connected to nothing. Does it make sense to you?
Wait, connected to nothing, you mean?
In the non-physical space, in the 5D space, consider when you perhaps meditate, or when you are at peace or in bliss. There is the sense of an overall arching wash of all is well. There is an empty mind, full heart, feeling, state of being. Another way to say this is that you are connected to nothingness. Another way to say this is that you are connected to everything.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You are connected to infinity. You are connected to all. And so in this space, you realize that you have all that you need now.
Yeah.
When you operate through the 3D, through the physical, this judgment, this evaluation, this comparing comes from one of two places usually, the past or the future. Either you are begrudging your past decisions. Whoa, where did I go wrong in my life? Am I behind? Am I evaluating? Or you fast forward to the future. Where is my life going? Where will I be? Who could I be? This is the 3D illusion.
Yeah.
This is the 3D mouse in the spinning wheel.
The wheel of suffering.
Yes, suffering. Now, you can spin through the 3D wheel and be blissful. Many mice running on their wheel, it's their happy place.
Oh, yeah.
So we remind you of this because there is, again, no right or wrong.
Yeah.
We simply say you have the power to step outside all of that and operate in the 5D. In the 5D, there is no time. Once again, there is only now. Truly, as in the movie, it truly is everything all at once. There is a connection to all that has been and ever will be, but it is all happening in the now, in this 5D. Has this brought some relief to you?
Yeah, definitely.
We would like to offer this to you as a practical. If you start to feel the running on the wheel of, we would call it, as opposed to the wheel of suffering, the wheel of time.
Okay.
Running on the wheel of time, and that does not feel pleasant to you. Bring yourself back. Perhaps put your hand over your heart. Focus on your breathing. We like a saying by one of your poets that music is the silence between the notes. The space between the words. Focusing on this space with your hand over your heart, focusing on your heart space. We believe that this will center you. This will bring you back to the now. This will bring you back to your present power to choose. Would you like more on this topic?
I feel really good about this, just as it is. This was I feel like these are ideas that I've met before and I know they're true and I just forgot. Yeah. I just got lost a little, veered, got sucked into the churn of everything else. And so it was really nice to ground myself again and remember the bigger picture, the other D's.
Yes. We are reminded of the image of the child in a department store. The mother is shopping on a rack 2-3 feet away, yet the child has lost track of the mother. But the mother has gone nowhere. And so from the child's perspective, the child might say, "Ooh, I am lost," or "Mother is lost." But mother, and of course, mother in this example, is your expanded self. Mother has gone nowhere. Mother is there for you to access whenever you wish. Sometimes children like to be lost. Sometimes they enjoy the privacy, the illusion of privacy, but you are always connected. Your expanded self finds your illusion of lostness as comical.
I used to, that happened to me a lot growing up, and I would go to the cash register crying, and they'd have to page, "Will the mother come to the cash register, collect your child?" And that drop. I mean, it's hilarious now as an adult to think about it, but it's very real as a child.
Yes. Yes, we are aware, and we wish you to know that your expanded self delights in all of these choices, because all is well. We would like you to know this. All is well.
Thank you. It's a really nice reminder, and I really needed it, and the timing is really good. I mean, I feel like that's the universe being like, "We got you."
Are there more questions that come to mind?
That was, that felt like such a big question. And then it's like, oh, it's actually very simple. And I feel like that answer answers all the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So it all seems very simple now.
Yes. We would like you to know it is, of course, simple. However, humans, yourself included, enjoy the feeling of accomplishment when you have uncovered or dug yourself out of something complicated.
Yeah.
And so many times humans will overcomplicate so that they can pat themselves on the back once they've unraveled from their own yarn.
Yeah.
And this is okay.
Yeah.
This is okay. It's all created. It's all created by you. We would like to offer another tool for you.
Okay.
As you move through this incarnation, when something occurs, something that on its face may seem unpleasant, and it could be something as small as a grumpy telemarketer, something unpleasant, or a thought that feels unpleasant. We would like for you to return to your heart space, find that good feeling space between the breaths, and then ask yourself, what is this here to teach me? What might I learn from this? How might I grow from this? How might I find delight in this? Even this unpleasant situation. How might I find delight? Israel has found this also helpful, and we will share it with you now. Throughout the day, he will remind himself and say these words. This moment is the best moment of my entire life so far. Even when there is the illusion of unpleasantness around him, he will say this. Even when he doesn't believe it, he will say it several times until he can believe it a little more. Truly, in this moment, in the small details of this moment, there is so much to delight in.